Now let's come back to the dollar. The IMF came no more adwin. Say the preacher say Russia-Ukraine war effect and the inflation. Now quasi inflation is over 37%. And the IMF saying say a domestic factors in your domestic. Yes, any ankasa ye fee. And if do you agree with the IMF?
Unim dollar na hardring. I say admit dollar na hardring. In fact, to be fair, answer nearby online no. Okay, $100 is 1,002 no. Bisa citizen say $100 no, and get 120 cedis ana. No see the bill $10 and then 120 cedis. Let me say $100 1,002 there and then dollar na hardring. But clearly no, many of them say yankasa ye put it together your homegrown solutions. It's say you anticipate 2022 challenges are ebeba. As I introduce yankasa mekokase mo ebia na obi antiasi but eden ya meka. Introduce innovative tax your friend e-levy. And on the new biana edin hojimu. Midimijidi say it's going to be one of the most performing taxes actively over the next 2 years na yeko yenim no. But senior president kan no. Yesika na Ghana sika depreciate against the dollar no. Yejidi say komodie na ekoso IMF na wotwe mu ene na wotwe na twemu no. Yeden komoni ni abebe ya IMF for be man sika no bi no. Betumi stabilize Cedi ni kakra. So obeka ya Cedi ni stabilize kakra bi for a few
2-3 weeks
bi. So yenya Cocoa syndicated loan no e buy no. Inti your reshemu say ebe and the finance minister Ekasaye almost interview no one of the media stations interview no Washington I say it's going to be better in the days to come. It means more reshemu say it's going to be better.
So the only thing that we can a bit stabilize here is either we get loan to support dollar loan to support the economy. Is that the only thing?
Oh, they be said there are other economists and so on. Me economist. So, but there are other economic indicators here. You the better to honor. I be boa. Your Cedi depreciation, and your debt record in your. Me so say the you to honor ma. Factors in your all variables being equal. Senior you can know. You didn't to honor ma. A bit to me stabilize. Cedi ni ye who say okosro ye engineer say bia by December crying do 15 say na citizen bonfire say do honum no.
Is it not looking like the government have seen the problem? Say this is the problem, but of course say be aboa wo dwan hu say be samana wo hwe ni di you can't do anything about it. Government will say yes the Cedi no be depreciate inflation be kosro. But by the look of things, for the past 24 months, over a year Cedi depreciation, now for inflation, CDC raising the banner. The government has seen, say yes, the things are getting worse, but the government can't do anything about it.
Oh, the government is doing something about it.
Which is?
Oh, say anything American. I mean, Komodia ye the government decision or to say government the best start share any IMF in common yankasa ye expenditure cut down ye cut ye all those measures in the to honum na untumi nka say government enye government
what is the impact of these measures and what they to honum? It's not about just measures. You want to see the impact. What is the impact?
When you remember say ebia na the dollar crab might have been more than what we see now. But measures be brave bind there to honum no. Abua ye pa. But I mean I appreciate challenges are in your fame. So and they will tell me $100 as many budget.
Mini bina miniachewa.
Me pia menya 1,200 Ghana cedis.
How do you feel as a government spokesperson? Looking at how the head of economic management team, Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, several economic lectures are here in opposition. A chair say if you want to see, if you want to gauge, and I say if you want to measure any economy to know, say whether the economy is doing well or bad now, just check the exchange rate. When the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. You inherited a dollar 4.2 in 2017 when you took over. Your predecessor inherited dollar from you, 1 Ghana cedi 20 pesos. That was 2009. And from 2009 to 2016, which is 8 years, dollar no depreciated by 3 cedis. You inherited a dollar 4.2 in 2017. And less than 6 years, dollar is now 12 Ghana cedis. I depreciated more than 8 Ghana cedis. How do you feel talking about cedi depreciation? Do you feel say we de minyaya cedi Yesu Kristo ka kura we de nka empa mitiro.
Nya bema onim say issues na ewo wiase afa na enya asese ano. Very different from 2009 any 2016. Even to be fair, from 2017 to about 2019, you can see say the cedi now very strong to the US dollars. But me pese me call Russia, Ukraine, any COVID-19. But mean to mean doing common make us me isolate on san nema minu way if the impact of global economies. See, I know kasa. Krobe brew on no man. When say ye October, bro for no more winter. The brew on no man. Omo minus started air blanket. Amomo. It's some person will reduce cost of heater no in their homes.
Gas.
Gas also. So wouldn't be if Ukraine. Into the impact of Russia-Ukraine war no. And yet in isolation at all, it impacted Ghana and the rest of the global world. COVID-19, so many of them impacted Yasia also particularly including Ghana and the rest of the world. So the tutu sana na you are not being too fair. It's issues are see Yasia from 2019 till date are one of the biggest global pandemics. COVID-19, nipa 6.6 million globally. Many of them
okay.
Or inti mama share na very circumspectively.
Okay.
Sene be yankasa ebia nanka if all variables are kept constant, maintain listen and dollar and keep 12.
And that can never happen in government. Any government.
Exactly. Since all the variables have not been kept constant, you buy in your global pandemic, you invest in the Ghanaian economy, you sign in a twin war, now you build it back better, bounce it back from COVID-19, you've been at this twin war impacting very negatively. This year, we're trying to put together who be a man, you better rub in the back. Me pass answer you baby your second term 2024 no. The city would greatly appreciate very much against forest trading, including the United States dollars.
Senior citizen, 2016 Vice President Bawumia Kache says Cedi at me obtaining a dubious title to herself say is the most weakest currency in Africa. 2022, Bloomberg is reporting say your Cedi is the worst performer to the dollar globally. We are seeing now. What has changed?
I think some of these talk, I mean, some of the things have exposed all of us, so we don't need to be believing the point.
Because I expose all of us. I had a Cedi, I depreciate. Me, I'm tell you, quite many first why I expose me. And I said, well, because I expose all of us, Cedi depreciation. Quite many first why I expose you as a citizen to that.
No, I mean, in terms of some of the things that was said in 2016.
Did you say that?
And now that we are being confronted with the issues. Because we are exposed here, there's a vice president, or so a vice president of Ghana.
No, I disagree.
It's because we are exposed here, we are all confronted with the issues now.
I disagree.
We are all confronted with the issues now. Anyway, Sammy, you started January this year. And we probably, Pagev can check for us. $1 to a Cedi was about 6 cedis.
Sure.
January this year.
That's correct, yeah.
June, it was about 7 cedis. August, no starting. So if we are blaming COVID-19, Russia and Ukraine war, when did it start?
April.
February.
February, yeah.
February 24th.
Yeah, February.
Okay.
You understand? So, what is the issues? One of the key things, me and Kufubi.
But only the US dollar, na enye 12. 11 cedis 75 pesos.
Per himfa.
Oh, so you check here.
From where?
Ratings.
From where?
This year.
Oh, we call Bank of Ghana.
NTIA, 11 Ghana a year.
11.75.
I know, yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
They see what new bonnet test is so how fun is that?
11.75. It ran up already.
Yes. 12. Approximately 12.
Anyway, for Bank of Ghana didn't buy any entry. But I mean, Sammy, the exchange rate issues. There is a structural problem we have as a country that we need to address. Until we address that, we would always have issues with our exchange rate. If you like, check back from 1960. The dollar to a was zero depreciation. In fact, at certain point, I didn't see the nuclear one day. Within 3 years, within Kwame Nkrumah time now, we saw the dollar appreciating and the cedi becoming weak. Why? Because we are so much dependent on importation. Domestication ourselves. We are so much dependent on importation. Until you see, this government started by saying one district, one factory. Okay, GCBP a bon same man, because this is the drive we need. But you see, when you are doing an industrialization drive that does not have an impact on imports and exports, then it's useless. It is financial loss rather to the state. Because see, I'm a warrior in there. Because there's an industrialization drive, you go for a lot of equipment back. Yeah. Equipment and work but what they buy now what they cry. What the dollar? Until now, a lot of people are chasing the dollar. However, equipment and work but why you might export to?
Video here.
The year do a hamper and say, Obiarizi into ye import more in bank or ye problem. But most of the factories are they are suffering because people are not even purchasing what they are producing. I mean, name one viable, one district, one factory project. What's starting? We've realized that it has had an impact on our import drive. Name one. Sammy, we are importing a lot of cars, V8. One of the issues in terms of our import drive, import, is cars and huge equipment. Why wouldn't we have problems with exchange rate? So if there is no regulation in terms of these things, we would always be confronted with the issues. If we are having a huge import AE, now we are not getting the balance in terms of exporter. This is what will happen. You are saying you are doing one district, one factory drive, yet and you are pumping money into it. Yet then we have a problem. COVID time was one of the best moments we could have really energized our industrialization drive. Because we could have developed a taste for homegrown things. Because I didn't be important, but it's in my own crofunu, the homegrown ones. So that by the time the borders are open and everything, I don't know what you are not interested in it because now you have a taste for what is the local one. But what did we do?
But some conversation we always have it. Now, I spoke to last week. We need one banking practitioner. Your car or check a problem in we am say kwame ne bitu afaso no so can say ye reduce your import na ye patronizing made in Ghana. But who should lead that drive? Who should lead that fight? That advocacy? Who? Is it the government? If it's the government, is the government leading the way?
But who should? Government provides the enabling environment. So he should supposed to Nigeria will close the border one on ye. I mean I want to on ye.
Because it is government. Government need taste for foreign goods, is even higher than would be a.
It is government.
The only people making my case of Mobua when it comes to this made in Ghana is the Rastafarians. At all.
But what do we are?
Yes,
and how does that have impact on the economy?
There are not many, but I think Rastafarians are helping because the
only thing the president does, that one I give it to him, is that consistently he wears African shirts and prints.
Sure.
Consistently.
Sure.
Even there, African print yeah, president. Was a power in promoting the local.
African print.
Unfortunately, no. Even though he's wearing it is not enough to say there you are promoting it. So maybe a local printer. It's not enough to say I'm promoting it. Because Mutukwan, now me yama yi kwa kwache first na Ghana for your president Mutukwan ye container what kwache nko.
Yeah.
The container de cha wona du guo kon wan was say yade num ye drupapo. Sabe yandwen won how do we yama na ye won? How do we make sure that it fits other markets? Into ye different ones. Into China from Bosabi what your cars are. It is made for the China market.
Yeah.
Some cars are made for American market. Some cars are made for Europe market. And some cars are made for Africa market.
Yeah.
So why can't we also sit down as a people that this is what we want to do? And that drive starts with government. Sammy, now here to me and you. Even there, say if you want to export certain things, you have a threshold and a certain level of quality or you do. Because when you don't meet certain markets demands. These are the areas we need to be pumping money to support our local players. Number two, up their game in terms of meeting those thresholds. Yeah, baby, now we are getting issues about it. I think recently, Honorable upon Kumakra become baby them. So, your position, we'll be in trouble. Your position, we will really be in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, Coco and assist Coco, yes, can crank with me. Honestly, Galamse is saying. So, if we spoil everything, then where are we going?
Maybe I think we should legalize marijuana near Shasi and cultivate in commercial quantity. Because marijuana, the matter says 3 months, which we do no trap. And this is cocoa be so for several years. Make us some kucha kuku, Musela Galam se mucha kuku. But it's a eastern region. One more almost say, or more than 1 penny in Chomuku and 2 Galam say no. Near 2 Galam say now for food. And since you know, now you have a four food. Now,
didn't go too fast. And I was a road be war, say you, baby. Wait to Asinam a road neighbor. Wait to, I didn't, into Quana, wait to Nasi. And equal takwa, most of the places, we are just there on the top. But asinina, wait, one mine asinina.
Okay. Yeah, Prophet Deniso, Canada no dey about say we in Canada are even closer to Russia and Ukraine than Ghana, but we are not seeing what Ghana is saying. We should there about Prophet Deniso Krona no dey about say Same tell him that even that time the dollar to the cedi was a scam. They just took off some zeros and have you forgotten about the value is the same? He's talking about 2007, right? Yeah, devaluation of the cedi. Well, see, we have the men, no knowing they were case in managing the affairs of the country. Super incompetent government. Afari Frank and what they about. Ruby Kuma was he's in rush indeed. Okay. I say big up to you, Busha, Omar, and PTCL for the wonderful groundwork you have been doing in Mother Ghana for a better society tomorrow. And if you saw here, my main kind of WhatsApp messages in a kakra. Then to us from there. Okay, 18 unread messages. We say good evening, Hunter. So it is this what we term as competency. Then I prefer incompetent JM era when we were buying fuel at less than a liter of fuel. So today, Naba Edifrikaswa, or say if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. We see the greatest mistake this country has ever done is voting for Akufo-Addo. But we couldn't, but we count it all good because if he had not become president, it would have been has been recorded in the history of this country that once there was a savior of this country chosen by God to liberate this country, but Ghanaians never voted for him, and we will be referring to his wicked and heartless person. God, have mercy on this country. Indeed, Ghanaians should note and blame the political parties which have remained mute and continue to hail the president for his atrocious stance against the citizenry. Hello, Mr. Host, greetings. Prince from Takrady. So 2024, the MPP and Nana will still kill the citizens of Ghana for power again. Wahala day. But Vice says he has arrested it. I mean the dollar. Hunter asked him if he is aware that even what the BDC needed to import fuel into this country, the Bank of Ghana cannot afford for them. So if care is not taken, we will not have fuel in the coming weeks or months. Yakupek have said that because according to them, every 2 weeks, BDC phone here over. They used to be $400 million. Now it's almost $700 million per every 2 weeks. It's a good evening, Sam. I'm Baba Alhaji from Majima, Asawasi. Wasinanado is just a disgrace and a disappointment to MPP and Ghana as a whole. How can Nanado uses only 2 years to construct the Swami interchange? He just want to destroy Asanteman for us, cause there is no way this shallow thinker can finish the interchange. God made Nanado the president to vindicate JM from the mouth of the Asanteman. Was God bless our homeland, Ghana. God bless JDM. Salam to my boss, Musa Abatwa. Good evening, Mr. Hunter. That man who speaks for the president, he doesn't know what we the youth are going through, because his son don't go through what we are going through. He can open his mouth and say anything, but if his children are also facing what we are facing, like, he will not be saying what he's saying today. May God bless May God bless for knowing the truth and yet defending it. We leave them to God. Stay blessed, boss. Ebenezer from Medina. This morning on TV3, he says we should not expect the exchange rate to be the same after 6 years. Ask him if he did not say that.
Me tiheya.
Your friend back to sender. Pa, the country is hot. So just stop what you are saying. Because hi, Hunter, look at the way the MPP man is struggling to defend the government. Is he not ashamed? Massa, the center of the government economic policy cannot hold. Up here, edit Taifa, Accra no Daba. Mr. Hunter, the city depreciation is like Wachi, 10 Ghana Cedi Shito, Kwa, no really. I'm Bruce from Tabaradu about it. Good evening, Mr. Hunter. This MPP government have condemned the country. We say, hello, good evening. I don't understand why Ghanaians are expecting Akufo-Addo to keep his promises to them. This is a man who couldn't kept a promise to God, made to build a cathedral for him, and he couldn't do it. How much more we humans, Benjamin, Azozu, and the Fradenta. Benji, Tunkache, please tell them they should stop the free electricity, free water to the ministers as the South African constitute it in their laws today. I agree with you because when they are complaining about Sika, ministers are not complaining. People that are complaining, they are not paying utilities. Now they be no. Periods to say paying yesu fuel yeto use agbajai locomotive 1.5 1.2 1.8 engine capacity to fuel intiminto no be or TV12 or TV8 mo no free to cast on which over there who also never has or betimi at all. Good evening, Mr. Hunter. Now the most difficult work in Ghana is to be an MPP communicator. Good evening, Sammy. If Ghana's economic problem is because of Russia-Ukraine war, what about African countries? What about other African countries? What did we do with all the loans we took from 2017? Nana Defritama. We say the handwriting is on the wall. Sammy, good evening. I don't understand why these pastors go and pray for Galamsey. Maybe someday. When you in the spiritual realm, you understand why they went there to pray. But I'm not sure how many minutes to go. We have 13 minutes to go. So let's wrap up. One, last quarter of the year. Dudwana expect to say Sabre na Dudwana you are the 42 never call a year amount would also offer Niama. Normally, aba syndicated loan na 1.3 billion na kai no. Mukachesa Haiti Bank of Ghana no. I think it's about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It means the impact no on dollar no. Then I confirm dollar na shall say air rise. See they see echo. Said will be sending message the buy so what can I pay? Say we should not expect said exchange rate in be remaining. See they see echo. From your point of view as a government spokesperson, when your economy said we say I can ejitum, but you expected dollar not to hit at least by by the close of the year because senior to the waka say here I think when we in 15 day.
I'm open headline. So me to me my headline.
Oh, the headline say the bear bit me a boy and what that
say incommodate needy, but open headline. Me to me my headline. I met me can say President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and in buying very confident say the Ghana cedi no will not depreciate any further from the beer one.
Mu GDA. Bible si GDA nyuma nka ho na GDA hu no enti nyuma ne sen.
Sami ye de njuma no edi yasem nechi.
Enyuma ne den
ye wo GDA say Cedi, it will not depreciate beyond where it is.
The depreciate here meaning?
Until then, it will GDA said the Cedi will not depreciate beyond where it is.
Okay. Siniato?
We should all wish well for our country. So we should all be optimistic. Unfortunately, to me, I'm saying that see do there. Dami abanda to kwenuma. Inti, really, we should expect that there will be either it will be static or bubble. Unfortunately, there's nothing because yet na what convincing and there. IMF in there, IMF for China. We spoke with a lot of vim, with all the confidence and alacrity. What happened? Yet, na Ghana young. What has happened? So I am for me, they be a mekade, mo bompaya de. Yanko pombua, no my painful nyansa obotu wabua mo money is ye. Because on money is ye, as I'm now yet mibio. Fu ya yen to munte. We are complaining. It is a tumuta. What's yesterday we reduce fuel prices. I mean, so I won't sit here and act as if I'm calling for doom. It's not like it is my prayer there. Cedi don't do 15 cities. No. I won't be happy about it.
But the
issue is that because I don't see any pragmatic solution here, because most governments, successive government, I don't know why you're in there. Say any construction, no, I cost $1 say boom. No, I cost loan boom. Unfortunately, you don't have access to the market anymore. So government is handicapped. Your foreign reserves, we are depleting it. So we should be frank with ourselves. Unfortunately, the IMF program, even though government is rushing it, government is not being truthful with their figures and is delaying the process. We should confront the issues. I don't normally do this. But there is this gentleman in a Futu constituency who Winneba. I mean, if Winneba. And maybe all yeno or denso. Especially when it comes to communication. I've known him for a very long time. He actually contested as assembly member. In fact, we win 2 times. The second one, unfortunately, was in some being so as we speak now, he's not been sworn in. But if you're now, or Bebuna, why to know the day, he will do well for his people. He is one of the people who communicated nationally about assembly members. I don't want more remuneration. And he took it upon himself, fighting everywhere. In Amanyosem today, he's going to contest as a communications officer for the NDC in the Futu elections.
I don't know about Trinko.
Me follow politics now.
All
politics is local.
Today was a Sunday in Okotoaba.
Saturday.
Oh, really, but it was a Sunday. Okay. So once what is Saturday, but
okay.
I've heard. Okay, you'll find it this weekend.
Okay.
So I just want to use this opportunity to call on all the NDC in the Futu. Me NDC is, but our issue me. So we win by you know Papa Champion you know him. Oyame na mebeka, because the work that he does is not just for NDC. When it comes to communication, you've seen the excellent work the guy does.
Okay.
So since he's going for a political office, we may encourage a lot of young people, because these are the people who are able to worship a Futu. If we get a good oppositioner, now also work some of the things that we are needed, and that guy is on the normal.
Let's wait and see. Say now, I'm
wishing him well.
Because why you good communicator, because what I know is all these MPP communicators were the best, excellent when they were in opposition. But sometimes when their party come to power, communication doesn't go well with them, because when the reality begins to set in,